Today is Friday, September 21st. New day. Good morning. Today I'm reading Psalm 15. A Psalm of David. Who may worship in your sanctuary, Lord? Who may enter your presence on your holy hill? Those who lead blameless lives and do what is right, speaking the truth from sincere hearts. Those who refuse to slander others or harm their neighbors or speak evil of their friends. Those who despise persistent sinners and honor the faithful followers of the Lord and keep their promises even when it hurts. Those who do not charge interest on the money they lend, and who refuse to accept bribes to testify against the innocent. Such people will stand firm forever. The very first verse. Who may worship in your sanctuary, Lord? Who may enter your presence on your holy hill? One of the truths I always keep in my mind is that the Lord loves everyone and wants to be near everyone. And that question right at the beginning, when I initially read something like that, it feels like a contradiction to the idea that the Lord always loves everyone, even people that have chosen to separate themselves as far as they can from God. And then I remember that I have free will. It's not made up. It's not a joke. It's not only my point of view, and the Lord knows exactly what I'm going to do. That's what I believe. I think I really, truly have a choice. And I think about when I feel like I'm in the presence of the Lord and when I feel like I am not. Because I do feel differently at different times, even though the Lord is always with me. I have never been abandoned by my Creator. And I feel absent from my Creator when I'm doing the things that are described in the rest of the psalm. When I am lying, when I am not caring for those around me, when I'm in denial, when I'm hurting others. Being aware of the divine being with me, keeping me company, as it were, feels good. To be aware of the presence of my Creator as present and loving and attentive is a good feeling. It's uplifting, it's reassuring. And to be aware of that presence when I'm actively being hurtful or disorderly or focused purely on my selfish desires would be like me as a parent telling a child who's just hit their sibling unprovoked, a child that's clearly done the wrong thing, not necessarily hit in self-defense. it would be like me turning to that child instead of the one that's crying and injured. Turning to the child that's done wrong and saying, good job, I love you, I approve of you, and I want to be near you, approving of the action they just took. Hopefully as a parent, I always love my kids, but that when they've done something wrong, I tell them so. Or I set a boundary around it, like when you hit people, you go to your room, or you have a consequence that isn't pleasant. Versus telling them, oh, I approve of you when you hit people. It doesn't give them a clear message. And that's what's happening to me when I'm being self-centered, not thinking of the needs of others and how I can serve my neighbor. And by the way, my neighbor is my children. My neighbor is my husband. My neighbor is my family and friends. And my neighbor is the world and everything in between. But when I'm only focused on, I want to sit and watch a TV show, and any child that comes in and has anything that interrupts me is going to get an earful. I don't feel the Lord's presence in my life. And it's because I'm choosing what essentially to me can often amount to an addiction over people, over other people in my life that I could be making a connection with. And, it's that selfish child that doesn't want to pay attention to his siblings or hurts them because the game he's playing or she's playing is being interfered with. So she lashes out and hits someone. And when I'm being that person, the Lord's still there. The Lord still loves me. But just like me with my kids, He has to, my Creator has to say, Tira, that's not okay. When you do that, you have to go into a timeout. So you're not going to feel me around. It's hard because just like a little kid who can't always be good, I recognize the fact that I can't always remember to stay in the Lord's presence. Just like a little kid, I want to always be on my parents' good side. And sometimes I just can't pull it off. It's comforting to think it through and recognize that the Lord does still love me in those moments, that I haven't been abandoned, but that I need to have my time out and then prayerfully come back to the Lord. I'm grateful that the Lord's timeouts are really along the lines of, when you're feeling ready to be nice, then we can talk. That's the piece that came out, that spoke to me in this psalm. How about you? I focused on one verse. I still talked way too long. Feel free to email me at newdaygoodmorning@gmail.com. Please leave a comment. There's a like button on this video. If you liked it, you could click like. Thanks for coming and being present with me. Have a blessed day.